I'm Barbara, and
I'm Ernesto, and we're
and
doing this
we're
over mocktails. I'm having a real one, and Barbara's having seltzer and like muddled fruit or
well, we
whatever.
figured cocktails and seltzer.
hmm Cheers
Cheers.
to our clients and to your success. Why don't we tell people how we started? Because I think it's a fun story.
Yeah.
Because we both started working for other people, and
Yeah, we were both in the medical industry. And one day, Halloween, I decided to go over to Asbury to a house party and walked in. I was a snow military woman, really cool outfit. And I walked in and I met this scarecrow.
this guy.
He came over to talk to me. We talked about medicine and compounding and a whole bunch of things, and he asked me for my phone to friend me on Facebook. I said okay. Little did I know that
We're friends ever since.
he accepted the friendship at the same time.
No man friend requests a
He can't
woman
even talk
and
about
doesn't
it.
get requested it back. So I was just doing half your job. I saved you the work.
No, you saved me from not saying yes.
That's true. There was that possibility. They were like, I'm not accepting this guy's friend request. But look, now we wouldn't own one of America's most successful geofencing ad agencies.
And do as well as we do.
Yes. Helping plenty of small businesses get from good to great or not so good to being healthy.
And we've done a bunch of those.
Yeah, we certainly have.
We do love our clients and building small businesses. That's the heart of our our business, and very much of what we wanted to do. We wanted to help small business and help them grow. With everything that happened between COVID and everything else, it has hurt the small business tremendously. And this was something that we could do to help them bring technology that they didn't have at their disposal to grow. It's amazing that, all these bigger companies had all this technology, but they weren't sharing it. It wasn't out there for you. And Ernesto and I took the opportunity and worked and looked at it and saw what we could do and worked out numbers and worked out everything we could do to bring you this technology. And every day we bring more and more relevant technology to our customers.
I would say you worked out the numbers because you're good. So don't try and share the credit. It's basically you're good at numbers, you work the numbers, and we were fortunate enough to be able to bring this major technology to small businesses. We always talk about how like Burger King was geofencing McDonald's, and anytime you were like within 600 feet of a McDonald's, Burger King would send you an ad to download their app, and it worked out really well for them. And
they were copycats. Wherever one went, the other one went. They didn't have to do the demographics and figure out where there's business.
Well, actually, you bring up a good point. So before we get into the nitty gritty of like what geofencing is and how that benefits people, why don't you explain like the foot traffic process? Because that's sort of what sets us apart from an agency that goes out there and sort of blindly targets people for you.
So, with the foot traffic study, we could do a year. We can also do 2, but we prefer a year. And we take a study of the mobile traffic in that area, that into and out of that business, to figure out what has come in, what clients have come in and out of the traffic, in and out of that store. We can tell you where they went after and where they came from before they went into your store. We have so much data. It's all first-hand data uh, to start with before we even start geofencing. So we have tremendous amount of technology and data that we take, and we kind of like put them together like pieces, and we work them together to give you a full spectrum when we geofence for you. And it's amazing how the technology that we have takes that business from one level and then just explodes their business. And sometimes it takes a little tweaking, but that's on us.
Very true. One of my favorite parts about the technology that we have is that we can take, so we could do a foot traffic study on client A, but what I really think is cool and really
Oh, we do it
valuable,
on the
yeah, we can take
particular houses.
multiple competitors. We can compare 4 different locations to your location. So there's a lot of value there. And us as advertisers and as an agency, it really makes um sort of like, we're not taking shots in the dark, me and you. We know what we're aiming at.
We do. When we go into this and we do a lot of analysts before we go into what we're going to do for that client. It takes a lot to figure out to be very precise on our targeting, and we are very precise. And that is one of the special things about what we do that, some agencies say, that they do geo fencing, but it's actually targeting. And there's very much difference between that. We're not going to get into that today. But the more information that you have to start, the better off your marketing is going to be. Very important.
I agree 100%. So what I like about the way we do our business, we conduct our business, is
I dance, he creates, I don't know. No, only kidding.
she does all the graceful, good-looking stuff and like the numbers and the math, and
Numbers are good.
I do all the toiling behind. I don't know. We're just kidding. Well, I actually like that we explain geofencing 2 different ways. I think to the skeptic who's a data freak, who's like, I don't, how does this stuff really work? Give me like the nitty gritty of the technology. I think I speak to that person. I think you speak to the normal human being who,
Normal.
yeah, like another loose term. I think that
No,
you
I think we just talk differently, and important though, because if we both talk the same of how we get to the point of our geofencing, it would be boring.
It would be. So how would you explain it? When you talk to your friends and our clients, how do you like to explain it?
The main thing about geofencing for me is that we have satellite sorry, I
Plate
better drink.
tectonics. Take a sip of seltzer. On the other hand, this is not a commercial for Electrico Mezcal, but it could be. This is indeed our client, Electrico Mezcal, and it is artisanal, handcrafted mezcal. And I got to tell you, I love it.
He does.
It's delicious.
He does. He really does. And
now back to our sponsor.
We just have to take a break in between. Right. No, but the simplest part about geofencing, and this is the basics, and we'll get into all the nitty gritty, but we have 3 satellites. And what we do is we take those satellites and draw virtual fences around an establishment, around the demographics that would go to that establishment, as well as competition. Watch out. And those fences are drawn. And when a, a mobile customer comes in one of those fences and they have an app open, they will receive an ad for that establishment that we're advertising for at that moment. And once they see that ad, the satellite tracks them until they actually walk into that establishment or even go online. We have the same for, websites and stuff like that. But the thing is, how many people come in from that advertising? Where do you get that information? We have it. It's the data we have, the reports that we have actually showing you those customers come in, because customers are indicative of their behaviors, right? So we already know where they go before they go into your establishment, where they go after. So those advertisements are so precise in those areas. And that's how precise we are. And it's incredible that you can get this information and help it grow your business. Because when you know that you're spending these ad dollars and you're actually getting customers coming in, and you know for a fact that they are coming in, that is a nice, solid, easy breath.
Mhm. Good. So I can explain it to Geek right now. For all those Geek Squad people out there who are like, imagine if your accountant did advertising. I could explain it that way. We even did a little demo. You want to pull up?
Yes, we got it.
We put together a little demo.
And our little satellite.
Yeah. There it is. So yeah, we use dedicated GPS satellites to draw virtual fences around buildings. So in this case, we drew virtual fences around 5 buildings. And let's just so let's just say we want to send all these customers
Sorry.
to geofence number 2. So we use the satellite to draw those virtual fences. And then you can go on to the next slide.
It's going.
It's going backwards.
It's like, yeah, remember
This
me.
is well, kind of this how it works, because we pull visitors out of one store and we send them to the other one. So this is very accurate, whether you play it forwards or backwards. This is the honest truth. We're using the satellite to draw these 5 geofences, and the whole goal is to drive all the traffic to, in this case, to location 2. And then the next slide shows you that the ads appear on smart devices. And after you respond to that ad on your smart device, we can track you. So we're able to track you all the way back to the location that we're driving you to. So if you hit play, the ads
1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yep. So a map shows up on your phone after you hit the ad, sort of directing you which way to go. And then again, these are primarily smart device ads. And there's the map, another example of an ad that would come up. They click the ad, they're brought to a map that gives them driving directions.
See how good we are? We make sure that they even know how to get to your location.
Or that they're downloading your app and paying, that they're buying something. The most important thing, definitely, no matter who explains to me or Barbara, is that we're interested in, do they become a paying customer?
Cha-ching. we can go into clicks and
right. We don't, because that's not.
I want to see actual visits
or downloads, right? Yeah. So that's all we care about. No matter who explains it, that's the end result that we care about. And then on a monthly average, we send our top numbers about 5,000 satellite verified visits a month. We're in the United States, Canada, and Australia. Also anywhere through the Americas, by the way. And one of the largest markets growing right now is Japan, Taiwan, the Philippines, and anywhere in the Asia Pacific, with the exception of China. So they're just the rules there are very strict. So Japan, Taiwan, the Philippines. Now, Barbara just brought us to an awesome case study where a client of ours, over a course of 4 months, spent $4,000 on their campaign, so $1,000 a month. And for $4.43 a visit, we sent them. Next screen, please.
Oh, sorry. It's a video, so it runs. I can skip. So
we could skip this one too. Okay. Will I play?
Okay, I can skip it, I think, right?
I hope. I'm tech support in this case, so there it goes. 880 total satellite verified in-store visits. And Barbara, I can't see without my glasses on. How many of those were unique? 500 something?
Let's see on here. Yep, 539.
Okay, so 539. And then how many were repeat visits so far, right?
Okay, wait, no, conversions are here. So so that was 290.
Nope, the third.
249. Let's see. Repeat was 249, and actual conversions were 290.
Nope, I think. Here, yeah. Okay, so it's 880 new satellite verified visits.
Yep.
And then the second blue one is 534.
Oh, you wanted me to read the bottom.
Yeah,
sorry, all of them. That's okay. I was just going across.
And then what's the far right one? The repeat visits?
The repeat business was 346.
Okay. So on average, though, we sent them 220 visits a month over each month over a 4-month period. So we can skip on to the next. And that's an incredible return on investment. What Barbara and I would do for if we own a laundromat or any kind of convenience store or retail store and got that many new clients a month. Let's bring them all the way to the one just before that. Okay.
Just
So what this screen says, and I'll bring them back to the main shot, is that last screenshot was we're able to track visitors to our client locations based on the target store. So if we geofence store A, B, and C, we're then able to see how many visits came from target A, B, or C. But then we're able to see what app they were in when we targeted them, and that's where we just learned so much about our country and how crazy people are. They're like the Meet Me app, Date Me app,
interesting apps.
yeah, the Kick app,
I learned a
all
lot about apps that I did not know.
right. So all these different places where customers can be found. But the most important part is Barbara and I, you and I are able to measure a visit, no matter where
Where
it
it
came
came from.
from. We're able to track it, and we do so by keeping that mobile phone user anonymous. By the way, we
Yeah.
don't know if it's Thomas, Frank, Peter, or Chris, all my brothers. We don't know who if it's them.
We just know it's a phone.
We just know it's a phone, and we know that you must have fit our criteria for search, for your device to be captured.
Yeah, because we don't just send out a whole bunch of ads all over. They're very
Not suspicious. You always call me suspicious. You're always pointing the finger.
Yes, this is true. I gotta
I'm
watch
looking
him.
suspicious. Stealing cookies from the cookie jar, or Delicious Orchards donuts from your son. I mean,
Yeah.
those are good, man. He's got to expect that I'm going to steal a
He did
couple.
come down and he was like,
Mom, who stole my donuts? That was me.
he's like, Mom,
They're so good, though.
my donuts, and I'm like, that was Ernesto.
Oops.
But
So,
you never know. But anyway, we're very specific on our targeting. So I mean, we can literally target a phone booth if they still existed.
indeed.
Precisely. I mean, this technology was bomb technology. Come on. How
That's very true.
precise.
It's meant to drop bombs.
So
But we're dropping truth and advertising
advertising.
bombs.
See?
Come to our
Yes,
store.
sir.
Boom.
You see a banner ad on the top, the middle, the bottom. Sometimes they're native ads, depending on what we're marketing. But it's amazing, and they're moving ads, and they look amazing, and a lot of our creative expertise are in them, and it does draw clients to look at it, and that's amazing.
So I have a question to lead the discussion. So,
Questions from the
you know,
peanut gallery.
a
No.
lot of people, like when they Google us, they do research. They're like, hey, these guys have really been disruptive in the laundry industry. That's really where we perfected this technology. But what kinds of other clients have we worked with?
Let's see. We've worked with car washes. We've worked with aviation companies, management, real estate companies. We have done gyms, electrical, mezcal, which actually it's his, not mine.
You have a virgin drink. I have the real deal. Look at that sparkle. You can even tell it's pure. Puro.
He was like, yeah.
It smells so good.
He was just like,
I'm going to teach you a little trick. So with mezcal,
oh God, no, you're getting
supposed
all
to-
these
you're
tables.
supposed to. I'm not freebasing it. But
God.
you're supposed to be able to put it on the back of your hand and just smell the earth.
Smell the earth. This kid,
You're
this
like-
is not what you want. I can't even talk anymore.
Well,
He's
you can
like,
tell
"You're
this is
like-"
unscripted. This is definitely unscripted. We're just ourselves here, folks. I mean,
I gotta
Who do
keep
you
him
wanna-
on a leash sometimes. I don't
You're like,
know.
down, boy. Down.
Easy.
It just smells so
It's a
good.
family show.
It is a family show. I wasn't doing anything like weird. I mean, you're supposed to like put on the back of your hand so you can smell the earth. The earthiness.
He loves.
It's just so good. Anyway, um,
It's a really good product though. Oh my God, it's amazing.
so
He's
electrical.
awesome. The way they make it is just incredible. I mean, they use a horse-drawn carriage to to basically mix it,
Yeah, like to
and
grind it, I
it up,
believe to like grind
and
it down. Yeah.
it's incredible. The story, you should do we have it on our website? We should put it. So
Um, you
excuse
can
me.
look them up, Electrico Mezcal or Spirit of Oaxaca, because
They're
they're
from Oaxaca, Mexico.
yeah, but they're a great brand. You can order it online, or you could buy it at a store near you. So they're one of our favorite brands. You also mentioned. I also love. Who doesn't want to do private aviation?
Yeah, I
I
know.
mean, we've been trying to bum rides. We've been trying to with Harry Styles and whoever else uses the jets.
Yes.
But
I
hey,
know, I'm working on it. Don't
it
worry.
does, can we admit it doesn't hurt to ask?
No, I did.
So yeah, we're working on that. So we have a broad array of experience working with diverse brands. If you have a location,
Worked with food.
yep.
It's
If you have a location, a brick and mortar building, you need people to go there. That's what geofencing is for.
and looking, riding around, in our cities and around our state, there's so many businesses that can use this technology to bring in clients, to bring them in, to because you're not seeing that busyness anymore, around, and we need to bring in that businesses so that way these businesses can flourish and not go away. We have so many closed because of COVID, and even after, and it's really something to see that there's businesses that we grew up with, which we loved, and they couldn't handle not having the business during that time and couldn't stretch it out. So this is one of the reasons why we decided to do the what here and bring this to the small business. It was not easy task, but we took it on, and we're doing
We're doing great. I,
great.
I agree with you. That's what drives. I think what drives us both equally is that we became very good friends through COVID.
No, we didn't. Don't listen to him. I have a
I
plexiglass
became very good
between
friends with
us.
her during COVID. A very one-sided
No, you
relationship.
shouldn't.
But
No, we are.
so and it was in response to what we were seeing happen around us, and
Mhm.
what bothered us both strongly was the closing of one business after the other, because not everyone PPP and the employee retention tax credit wasn't enough for all people and all businesses. And geofencing for us encouraged us that, hey, businesses that you know that stuck around, that can afford to invest a little bit into advertising, we can give them a very big return on investment. So that's what I think drives us on a daily basis, because otherwise money only motivates so much. But I think seeing people and their lives transformed and their businesses transformed, I think that's what is the most rewarding part. And I think, yeah, you and I can afford to have a lot of fun with our work, because we're getting big returns on ad dollars for our customers. So nationally, I believe our return on ad spend is something like $5.75 a visit. So all across the country, no matter where you're at, including Australia, which is the land down under. So we'll include that when we say all across the country. It sounds obnoxious to say all across the world, but in the
We're
countries that
not
we
all across the world
right,
yet,
right,
but we are on
right.
the other side of the pond.
The other side of
Yeah, God.
the whole thing, right? The oblate spheroid. So that's not bad. $5.75 a visit, national average is not bad. Our
Mhm.
top client, it's like $2.08
Well,
a
that's what I was
visit.
gonna say, but you were
Oh, you were
going,
getting
yeah,
to the
yeah,
best
I
one?
was gonna go to the best one first,
Okay.
and I normally don't do that, so that's funny. I'll
Yeah,
let him.
usually. So Barbara's a realist. She's like, well, worst case would be this, but
Because the worst case is usually pretty
the worst
phenomenal.
case is pretty darn good, right?
So,
Think about it. What would you do, like, for your business? If you had a brick and mortar store to pay $10 a visit, that's not bad. That
Hey,
is
if I'm getting him
absolute.
in the door and I have a lot of products to offer,
Yeah.
why wouldn't
A
I?
boutique. I mean, come on, you're a dentist office, a chiropractor, physical therapist, personal trainer. No matter what, your services cost more than $10 a visit.
A restaurant, there's so many automotive store. I mean,
Hmm.
to bring in those clients,
Dollar
every
store even.
yes, you all need clients to come in. And how do you get that? You're competing on Google? Come on now. Google is one of the garden walls. Did I say
That's
that one
right.
right? I always say
Almost.
walled garden.
We are definitely yin and yang because it's walled garden, but you're like garden walls. But you might as well. It's the same thing.
Because
So
he has this saying, and basically it's fun because it's just where you're fighting amongst yourselves, your neighbors. I mean, come on, that you're spending money to compete against each other instead of grow. And we don't believe in that. We believe in that you should grow and flourish and not compete. So we have special things that we do for our clients so that way they don't compete against their competition.
yeah, to your point, the way we work with clients is that each client has an exclusive zone for which no one else in their industry
Can
can
get
have
have
access to
access
the.
to.
Yep. So we don't pit our clients against each other. And also to your point, walled gardens. I think it's unfortunate that on Facebook you don't get your or Instagram you don't get your own organic reach
You
anymore. You have to
have
pay
to
for it.
pay for your own customers to reach them. How crazy is
That's
that?
just
For
wrong.
just part of it. Like you have a part and then all that organic, all of a sudden you have to pay to reach the rest of your organic I don't even get that. Why would you do that? I mean, they're all good, for getting your business known, but it's not putting cha-ching in your pockets.
Right. I would agree. Um, so how about we also offer free consultations?
We do?
We do.
Don't do that. No.
People don't appreciate free. We understand. But all of you business owners know that no one appreciates free. But from business owner to business owner, we want to offer you a free consultation. The easiest way to find that, us, you can Google Cullari and
And
Wardell,
Wardell
or you
or
can go to.
CullariMedia.com, Cullri media, media.com.
Absolutely.
But yes, seriously, we would love to hear from you. We're always looking to expand and just in general grow as many businesses as we can. It's you grow, we grow. So that's how we kind of look at it.
Absolutely. And we love it. We love helping our clients. We love seeing them grow. It's rewarding. Um, in terms of the way we look at our work, it's, the numbers, satellites, the GPS, it doesn't lie. So that's the good thing.
They give
It's
us the data. We
right,
interpret the data, but in a form. We can't change it. We have
right.
to give it to you what it says. I can't tell you there was 5 visits and there was 1, or there was 100 and I would just want to make it 50. I can't do it. Sorry.
And actually, now that you point that out, the great thing about our reporting is that every single visit, you can draw a line. It says saw this
Sad.
ad at this
This
location.
location.
Yep.
Yep, and they came in.
Yeah. So it's all very transparent. And we give you more data than you ever want. We have a lot of clients that
That's
complain like,
Stop.
yeah,
Don't send
don't
us
send
all
us
this.
these. Just give us the PDF. Don't send us the CSV file with 600 lines of data accounting for every little impression and click plus the visits. So
Yeah, we understand though. So we dubbed it down and made sure it was the main things. And so I know everyone doesn't have that much time, so we understand that.
and this is 2024. It's the start of 2024. Now is the right
Exciting.
time to get on the right side of the trajectory of your business. Now is the time to get your business growing. Now is the time to talk to experts like Barbara and myself that specialize in driving in store or in office on location visits, including live events. So feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. And here's to a very successful 2024 to us and you.
Cheers.
Cheers.